Welcome. Today we have Jack Hubbard with us to discuss the importance of marketing and sales collaboration. Jack has a remarkable background in all aspects of sales and marketing and banking. He is a much sought after instructor, and since 2018 is the section leader of the Sales and Marketing School at the Graduate School of Banking at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. So Jack, welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Larry, thanks so much. Great to be with you.
Thanks. Good, good. All right, let's get started. There are sales courses and there are marketing courses, but your approach is a little different. You merge sales and marketing. Why the combined approach?
Well, Larry, as a community banker myself, and it was a long time ago in the 70s, one of the things that always struck me as a marketing professional was how many silos were in the bank. And one of those silos was marketing. And we kind of operated off onto an island. And I thought there's got to be a better way to integrate the corporate culture, what the bank is trying to accomplish, and certainly the different areas of the bank with marketing. So I kind of coined a phrase, gosh, in the late 70s that I called smarketing. And we carry that forward today. I think one of the advantages that community banks have, Larry, is if they can work together, if they can collaborate, between marketing and sales, whether that be sales on the retail side of the house or the commercial side of the house, the customer experience will be enriched, the bank will benefit, and all people inside the bank will benefit. This has been a real challenging time, Larry, because not only is collaboration challenged when we're together face to face, but now because we're so far apart, absence doesn't necessarily make the heart grow fonder from a sales and marketing perspective. But if we can start getting back together, if we can work together, working together absolutely works. And in community banking, if you do this really well, you don't worry about the competition because you become the competition.
Great, great. That's always important. So I see the value in sales and marketing working together. And I understand your point about, it's more challenging today. So how does the coursework in your combined program facilitate increasing and building that collaboration?
Well, it'll be 5 years ago this year, Larry, when Tom Hirschberger and Kirby Davidson and I sat down in a room and said, there are some great marketing schools out there for bankers, but there is no school that kind of takes that collaborative approach. So we put together the sales and marketing school. And one of the reasons was because we knew that if we could get sales and marketing professionals together in a classroom, working together in a class, and then in the evening, it would really benefit the bank. When we started this program, the very first year we had it, one of the thoughts behind this class in this specialty school was to have a group of people come together in the school and actually be able to collaborate around a practical plan for their own bank. The first year we had a couple of CEOs. The first year, I think there were 4 or 5 banks who brought multiple people. And so one of the things that we think we bring to the table that's a little bit different is not just marketing, because that's certainly important, but we do spend a little bit of time in the curriculum talking about sales, prospecting, using LinkedIn as a value tool, how to prepare for a call. And I think as we think about this, as marketing professionals think about this, and I get a lot of comments on this on the evaluations. It's, well, we're a marketing person. We really don't, that really doesn't mean that much to us, but it should. Because from a smarketing perspective, if I'm a marketing professional, the only way I'm going to get to know how a business operates, what a business needs, is to actually be working with my salespeople, especially on the commercial side of the house. So we open some eyes on the marketing side around what salespeople actually do at the bank. And from a sales perspective, we actually teach people how, in a very practical way, how to go cradle to grave with a client prospector center of influence from a prospecting and a LinkedIn and a calling and a sales management perspective. So it's a very, very unique situation. And because, Larry, we only have 50 students in the class, it really gives us a lot of time, all of us instructors, to really give some one-on-one attention. I think that's a real difference maker for us.
Great, great. So it sounds like it's got an immersion characteristic to it, some coaching opportunities there with the small class size and the experience of your instructors being in the business and being consultants in the business. That's really great. So after the course is completed, everybody's had a great time. They had either their real or their virtual graduation, and they returned to their sponsoring bank. What would I see if I walked in there? What would I see that would be different?
It's a great question. One of the things I think that's a big mistake, and we strongly urge the bankers to do this when they go back to the bank, is to actually take the day off. Now, they've been out 5 days, 5 business days from the class, but what we want them to do is to stay home, set stuff aside from the bank, all the fires that are burning, get a chance to really evaluate what happened in the class. Because one of the things we suggest to them is they take 3 things away that they can actually use, and we actually have them work together with us to create a real practical action plan, whether they're a marketing professional or a sales professional. So when they go back to the bank, there are some to-dos right away. But we also had a philosophy. Tom Hirschberger, Eric Cook, who's an instructor, Mike Weir, Lindsey Green, Tim Pinnell, all of us have a real approach that says we think networking is really, really important. So what we try to do on a regular basis, I think we've had over 100 students now in our 3 years. We try to get them back together for class reunions. And in 2020 and 2021, it's been virtual, but we bring them back together once a quarter or so, and we have a topic. It could be a best practice. It could be a sales topic or a marketing topic. And one of our goals, Larry, is to keep everybody together, because we're all community bankers. We don't have every resource that we need. And by getting to know each other and by continuing to network with your classmates, there are some best practices that will come of it. And this has really been a huge benefit of the school.
That's great. I really like that post class kind of alumni association networking group there, so they can call on some of their fellow students, either from their class or a class before theirs, et cetera, and touch base on some issues and get some advice, plus the involvement of yourself and the other instructors. That's really fabulous.
Well, and I would just add, Larry, this is pretty typical of Graduate School of Banking. In the big school, as we call it, there might be up to 700 students, but it's a very small community. Kirby Davidson and his team do a really good job of trying to help create an environment of intimacy, and that is from student to student or instructor to student. And we think that's really important going forward in the sales and marketing school as well.
Great, great. Well, thank you. Jack, I appreciate you sharing with us, the benefits of having the sales and marketing build a stronger relationship with each other for the benefit of their customers themselves as they grow, and obviously for the bank that they're involved with, et cetera. So thank you very much for taking your time today.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it.
Great. And in closing, thank you for joining us today. If you have any additional questions for Jack, please see the links in his bio.